working on any of the last 3 Star Wars films that I've been involved with has been tremendously exciting. Building miniatures for those environments is an absolute treat. The 3 most challenging and certainly most exciting models for Episode 3 would be Mustafar, as well as Utapau, 2 different scales, the sinkhole and then also the Kashyyyk tree.
This model was made up at the ranch, sculpted up there by Danny Wagner, one of the model makers here. And he worked out all the details with Ryan and Eric and George.
Oh, this makes a really nice
I was
big
going to say, that
view
would
out.
look a
Yeah.
great space on the inside looking out.
Great, okay.
And when you're making a movie like Star Wars, you're having to make decisions about what techniques you use to create different types of thing. And that's a major part of what we do.
To try and generate a tree like this in computer graphics would just be too costly. You wouldn't be able to render it. You wouldn't be able to store it. It would just be too massive. It absolutely makes sense to do as a miniature.
Ultimately, this will be 12 feet tall when it's done. We'll be cutting the profiles, gluing them one on top of another. There'll also be a steel armature that comes up to hold the weight of everything like that.
So we would then be able to take this piece and go, this is the shape of the number 8 section, which is up there in this tree. This is the scale of the Wookiees for this environment. All of these rooms light up. There's this carved wood buttress just to give you an indication of depth and the fact there's a room back there. Okay, we're ready to go.
All right, your arms. Here we go, shooting. Recording.
In addition to the Kashyyyk tree, the largest model build would be the city of Utapau itself, because there were so many buildings involved to make up this intricate city.
Yeah, now I think we're getting somewhere now. I think that's better.
Most of the camera angles are determined by the animatics. Ranch creates the animatic. Basically, they're creating a 3D model. We can import it into our computers as the foundation for our miniatures. So once our miniatures are built, we know that that model is going to look exactly as it did in the animatic. We're doing 2 different scale Utapau models over here. This is the 2000 scale entire sinkhole. In real life, 2 miles wide at the top and 5 miles deep. We melt down this really high temperature clay that has a lot of wax in it, and we literally brush the clay onto the foam to seal all the pores of the foam. And then we can go back and sculpt in some of this super fine detail that helps us to sell the scale. And in the end, we have a really durable surface that can take the heat from the lights. And in the other end of the room, we have the 90th scale sections here, and all 4 of those sections can be juggled around top to bottom and reconfigured to make the rock wall look different and to make this crack opening look different. Modular is the key. And we can do that with the buildings as well. That can all be reconfigured so the buildings look a little different as we're traveling around in the various different sections of Utapau. We try to throw in things that people can relate to in the real world, such as handrails and things like that, to give us cues for scale. The cities are also at 2,000 scale, so there's, what do you think, Michael, 2,000 buildings in there?
Well, I asked for, I didn't do it by numbers. I just, when I was calculating it, I just told the mold department, I just want 10 gallons of buildings. that was just my guess.
They're very, very small, super high detail. You know, something like this would be used as a landing platform, so what you're seeing poking out from the wall there would be a building like this. The largest model physically on Episode 3 has definitely been Mustafar, with a 30-foot lava flow in the neighborhood of 4 feet wide. It has more of a burnt orange look in the middle, and then it feathers out to yellow on the edges. So to accomplish that with the methicil that we're going to pour down this, the methicil starts out bright yellow. and we can put red gels on the white light and create an orange area in the lava flow. So we can feather it off, we can create hotter spots. You have a tiny little issue just to the left of that main ball.
It looks good. It's just a little corner on the left.
This is not working, Nick. Turn on the house! Fight! Come on through, we'll have a whole port over if we don't get it done.
Where's the squeegee?
The organic nature of the rock lava planet enabled us to build it fairly quickly.
That's good, Mark.
The shooting, however, has been going on for about 3 months because there are so many shots. I believe the count is somewhere around 350 shots.
Remember though, why don't you bring up the lights and just see what we have so far.
If the guys on the set can do a pretty good job of the lava, you've got something really practical in front of you that you can work off of. And sometimes what looks most fake is when you try and invent everything. And that's the great thing about a model.
Light's good. Roll the lava.
Some of the first lava shots are just amazing. And even George, who doesn't usually get really excited, is like, ah, that's fantastic. That's a fantastic. Let's look at that again. That's fantastic. And it just looks amazing.
Do what you're doing there, Chris. It looks good.
I'm hoping when people see this, they're just excited by Mustafar and they get some kind of visceral reaction to it in the sense that they palpably feel, wow, you know, I wouldn't want to be there.
Let's say 100% on the lava.
Once the actors or ships or pyro events or battle or whatever it is comped into these miniatures, they're just blowing us away. They just look amazing.
Okay, here we go. Rolling.